Okay, so I want to get the video out here today while I have the things on my mind that came to my mind as I was praying and thinking about what to say about this. So I gave a little intro this morning that my coworker had asked me kind of in passing, and I don't know if I'm going to answer her or not. I don't know if she's ready. So she said, as we were talking about things at work or just whatever's going on, she said, why doesn't God stop COVID, or when's he going to put a stop to it? And I can't remember, let me think what I said to her. Like I said, it was just in passing as we were working, and then we moved on to whatever we were doing next. I didn't say anything profound or anything, because we just didn't have time. And I think I said something to the effect of, well, he can. And she kind of said, but when? And then something happened, and I think we stopped talking. But as I prayed about answering her or anybody else that might say that, it's always the age-old question for believers. Young believers usually ask those questions, and unbelievers that do not want to admit and believe, or they're questioning if the Most High is a real Elohim, Yahweh, the true God. And I came across this verse. I'll read some of the context, as I always do. And some of this, if I'm going out on a limb, someone stop me. I'm not a Bible scholar. I study the Bible, but if I'm taking this out of context, forgive me, but it seems appropriate. So I said in my little intro video this morning, so why doesn't God stop things? It's, like I said, it's the age-old question, like, why doesn't God stop cancer? Why doesn't God stop, evil people from doing bad things to innocent people? Yada, 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 like, it's the big question. And if he's a just, loving God, why does he, and then Christians say, well, why didn't he stop Adam and Eve from sinning against him, and all this stuff? And then we talk about free will, and we get all these things. Listen. God can and will stop, fill in the blank, all these things. Why doesn't he stop certain things? Well, now, again, I tell people when I have a chance, stop and think. Stop and seek God. See what he says. He has the answer. You have to be looking. The other thing I say is you have to start thinking outside the box. What we've been told, some of what we've been taught in church, if you've been in church or grown up in a Christian home or whatever, for a while, may not be fully what we thought. Of course God can stop things. Of course. Are there answers out there for these problems of the world? Yes. Who's against God, though? We always forget this, and the church doesn't teach this anymore in depth. We have an enemy. So for everything that God allows him to do, there is an answer. Is there anything to stop? Maybe I should just pause and have her think about that. Selah. Is there anything to stop? How do we know an answer is not out there? But the enemy stops truth from getting out. So what's our position? What are we supposed to do? Seek the truth and find it, and then go and tell. That's the gospel, isn't it? And someone said to me today, this is kind of a side note, well, we're going to wear certain things at church as an outreach, because people won't listen to us and the gospel if we just act arrogantly. Okay. If you don't act differently, then they won't notice otherwise. You can tell people in love about the truth and the enemy. And many Christians, who told me this today, didn't know that some unbelievers understand the concept of evil and good and two sides. I mean, I know plenty of unbelievers who believe in evil. That's what Yahweh put in our hearts, the knowing, the morality of good and evil. Anyways, back to my point. Yahweh does not stop things because, one, sometimes there's nothing to stop at this time. You can only understand that, and here's where this comes in. Hosea 4:6. I'll read 1 through 6. These titles are not at all inspired by the Holy Spirit, but it's an interesting one. God's controversy with Israel. Hear the word of Yehuda, you children of Israel. For Yahweh has a legal case with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no faithfulness, no steadfast love, no dependability or loyalty or kindness or knowledge of the one true Most High Elohim from personal experience with him in the land. There is false swearing of oaths, deception, broken faith. I would put that as two different things, actually. I don't know why it's one. Murder, stealing, adultery. They employ violence so that one act of bloodshed follows closely on another. What does evil constantly do? Destroy and seek to destroy. Therefore the land continually mourns, and everyone who lives in it languishes in tragic suffering. In this deception, to be deceived, whether you understand it or not, is suffering. Together with the animals of the open country and the birds of the heaven, even the fish of the sea disappear. Side note again, that seems like another reset, but on we go. Got to stay on track. Yet let no one find fault, nor let any rebuke others, for your people are like those who contend with the priest. So you will stumble in the daytime, and the false prophet will also stumble with you in the night, and I will destroy your mother Israel. My people, here's verse 6, are destroyed for lack of knowledge of my law, where I reveal my will, because you, the priestly nation, have rejected knowledge. I will also reject you from being my priest. Since you have forgotten the law of your God, I will also forget your children. I'll just read 2 more verses. The more they multiplied in numbers and increased in power, the more they sinned against me. I will change their glory into shame. They, the priests, feed on the sin offering of my people and set their heart on their wickedness. So this is talking about the leadership. Nope, too big. Big enough for me, not for you. Too small. Okay. All right. Destroyed for lack of knowledge of my law, where I reveal my will. Yahweh has a law. He has a way to understand him, how to know him personally, how to seek truth. Why doesn't God stop things? We're literally in a war. He will stop things. Someday. Yahweh, the Most High, never told any governat, ruler, authority to bring discrepancies to the law, take away freedoms. He never told them that. Are they inspired? No. They're inspired by their father, the devil. That's who they follow. Who has victory over evil? Yeshua. And who has he given that power also to? His followers. Us. You want to stop all of this? In his plan, in his will, he will reveal to you how you are supposed to stop it. I'm not faulting my coworker for thinking this. I think she's a young believer. I don't know her background. I really don't even know her testimony. Besides her knowing of God. So pray for her if you would think about it. And I need to also. She just started working with me, so we're getting to know each other better. It's only for a season. The devil knows it. But don't let your lack of knowledge destroy you or those around you. We can't be who he wants us to be if we forget what he has said. Whatever time he is returning, or how, or what part of the timeline we're in, he will stop it. I promise you that. I know that. Whatever time we are in. I better stop because that's all I had to say, really. Seek the Most High. Seek Yeshua for salvation. Then you will be free. Then he will heal you. Fear not, for he is with you. Bye.